Hey guys, hope you're all well. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you're all having a lovely week. Today's video, I'm kick-starting a new series, if you will. I'm not going to name it 1, 2, 3, but I've been thinking for a while really that I wanted to do some sort of video to help positivity, well-being, mindfulness, different things just to help people. And I was thinking, how can I do it but where it comes really naturally to me, and the topics that I want to do it on. So I had a few people message me asking me to cover different topics and scenarios and things, and then one night, literally this week, I got a list of different things that I could do videos on. So I want to keep it really short, like 5 to 10 minute videos. I'm going to try and do it once a week. Fingers crossed I can do that, but I know what I'm like and I'm not going to punish myself if I don't manage to do that. So the videos that I'm thinking of doing are all about affirmations, things to make us think more positively about ourselves, our lives and others. And I thought it would be great to just keep them really short and sweet, and I'll try and post them on a Monday evening or Tuesday if that doesn't happen. I haven't decided yet. Monday I have the boys, so it's quite hard to do things on a Monday, but Tuesday I'm off, so I could film the video, edit and put it up that night. So that might be better for me and maybe you guys in the long run, because I'll more likely stick to it. Yes, so I thought I would do a series on affirmations, and because it's something that I really want to personally work on, give myself, you know, like an aim for that week to think about whether that's to bless others rather than myself, or to give myself gratitude for how far I've come, to be thankful for blessings that we have around us, to be kinder to ourselves, to bring power into our lives, strength into our lives, into different situations, lots and lots of different topics. So I've got a whole list written down. If there are any topics that you might want me to talk about, then feel free to leave those below or Instagram message me, because I know a lot of you like to do that as well, and I will pop them on this list. And then each week I'll just try and keep a really short video and talk about that topic, and hopefully altogether we can create even more happiness and positivity in this social media world. But for today's video, to give you a bit of purpose to watching this, I thought I would share 5 things that help me to be positive. And I'm going to talk about this from the context of when I wake up and I feel a little bit down, a little bit negative. I go on social media and I come away just thinking a bit worse about myself, not good enough, just all the negative little voices tapping away in my mind. What do I do to get myself out of that? So there's 5 things that jump to mind that I always practice, and to be honest, these have just come in for myself this year. I feel like I've been on a whole amazing journey of self-discovery this year, and just really, who am I in this world, and what is this world all about really? So yeah, anyway, back onto the topic of the 5 things. So number 1 is I listen to podcasts, and I've already mentioned this before in a different YouTube video, but the 3 that I generally listen to, Super Soul Conversations is my number 1 by Oprah Winfrey. Like, those words, different podcasts speak to me more than others, but sometimes I will just have to sit down on the bed and cry, because it just feels those words are talking to me. They just bring so much clarity, healing, just they uplift me and just get me from that feeling of negativity into this place of, I am so worth it, I am good enough, I have got things to offer that other people don't. And yeah, I don't know, they just help me to be more positive and to just help me get out of that. So I often listen to those when I'm putting the washing away. I'll get my load of washing, chuck it on the bed, and I'll pop the podcast on as I'm sorting that out, wandering from room to room, putting the washing away, or whilst I'm doing my makeup in the morning, I'll pop a podcast on. The other ones that I really love listening to are Happy Place by Fern Cotton and Under the Skin by Russell Brand. And also he's got YouTube videos, and so is Oprah as well, so you could just pop the YouTube videos on. It's almost like a podcast because you can just listen to it. So that's number one. That is how, honestly, straight away, they do somehow just lift me out of that kind of self-pity, that kind of negative hole that I could sometimes go into. Number two, move. So for me, obviously, I love yoga. I love to dance. So I just pop on some music and just have that few minutes, however long I need, whether it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, half an hour, and I will put on music and move. If moving isn't really your thing, then just go outside. Being in the fresh air, there's just something about that. For 5 minutes changes your perception on things. It just helps you to be, don't go outside with your phone, go outside without technology and just look around you. The air we breathe, the trees, the plants, the birds in the sky. Just have a few minutes just looking outside and being at one with nature, with yourself, and then go back inside and just see if anything has changed. Number three, I need to look at my phone because I've written these down just to make sure that I'm not doubling up. Journal. Okay, so ever since I was little, I used to have a journal. I used to journal every day. As I got older, it's more like twice a year or something like that, but every time I journal, something profound comes out of it. I have no idea what I'm going to write, but my pen starts to move and words start to come out. And I've been doing it a lot more recently. If I'm feeling in a bit of a funk, I'll get my journal out, just basically a notepad and my pen. I'll pop on some music because I just like that inspirational kind of music whilst I'm doing it, and I will just start to write, almost like a prayer. Sometimes I do write my prayers, so I might write the journal as if I'm talking to God or to myself, or just seeing what kind of comes out of it. Just try it. You never know, it might be something that you like doing. You don't have to do it every day, but sometimes just having a couple of minutes just to write down whatever arises for you is a good way of getting yourself out of that hole. Number three, what have I got here? Put technology away. So I've got a lot better at this after my month's break from social media, and I've realised I'm not very good with stories, for example, and I don't do many stories because I don't like to have my phone attached to me. And the other thing about doing stories is that it brings me onto Instagram, and every time I go on Instagram, even if it's just to upload a story, you can guarantee that I'll have seen messages or someone has posted something, and before you know it, 10 minutes has passed and I'm back on it, and I just don't want to do that. So I've kind of made a conscious decision at the moment that I'm going to not do stories as much, purely for the simple fact that I don't want to be on social media as much. I love the platform and I love building a community, but yeah, I think it's just good for me at the moment that I'm kind of in the real moment at home and just soaking up the time with the boys or whatever I'm doing on my own. My life isn't actually that interesting, so when I do story, I'm always like, do people really want to see this? But I know that that's the ego talking. Maybe people are interested, because the ones that I watch, they're all just talking about normal things that I can totally relate to. But yeah, even myself, I've stopped watching stories as much, and that's probably because I'm not storying as much, so I'm not on the platform as much. But yes, basically, yes, put technology away. Just enjoy having your day. Think about positive things that you want to focus on that day. What do you want to do with your day? Write a tick list and just 3 things that you want to get done, and do it. Just you don't need to look at your phone all the time or pick it up, or yeah, you really don't miss anything, to be honest. One thing I did start doing at the start of this year was I said no phones in bed. I said no social media in bed. So as soon as I get into bed, and actually now I've taken it to the next level, as soon as I get into bed, I just don't want to be on my phone. So even if I've got a few questions that I need to answer and things like that, as soon as I know that I lie down and I'm not going to move from that bed until the morning, I have to put my phone away. And that's just been working for me. It's like a little thing that I've set myself. I'm like, Sally, you shouldn't really be on your phone. So yes, no phones in bed. I haven't set this to Eamon, so he's allowed to go on his if he wants to. But for myself, yeah, I will try as soon as I am getting into bed for the night to put my phone away. And again, in the morning, I might look at my phone to see what time it is, but I am saying to myself, until I've had a few minutes to myself, I'm not allowed to go on social media, for example, because it just takes the time away. Sometimes you intend just to go on it for 1 minute, half an hour has passed, or I'm in the middle of trying to dress the boys and check what so-and-so's posted. So yeah, I've just done that to try and be more present in the moment and to kind of live life more and not live it through social media, if that makes sense. What I'd actually rather do for myself, like when I went on holiday, I hardly did any stories, but I knew I was filming a vlog. So if people want to know what I've been up to, then they can watch my vlog, and I enjoy that because it creates a whole memory that me and the boys can look back on, and it's something that makes me happy and smile. But it doesn't mean that I have to be on technology all the time, if that makes sense. So yeah, maybe set yourself a few boundaries that work for you, whether that's similar to what I've done, or you like going on it and it's your bit of me time when you go on Instagram, for example. But yeah, just be mindful of the way you feel, and if it's not making you feel more positive, then perhaps pop it away for a little bit and just spend a bit of time on yourself. Meditation has been so good for me to relax at night. I've actually downloaded the app Headspace, and I pay monthly for that now, because I've just found that it's sometimes if my mind is so busy at night and I can't fall asleep, I use their sleep meditations to help me drift off to sleep. But also they've got loads of positivity ones to, if you want to instill different things. So maybe just have a look at the different apps that you can get and download a meditation app, because actually the thought of meditating puts me right off. The thought of just sitting there, being still, trying not to think about everything that I want to think about, just puts me off wanting to meditate. But obviously I've had to do it with my yoga teacher training, so I understand the benefits of it, and I really do feel like it gets me out of me. So if I'm feeling really anxious about something, or something is really bothering me and not in a good way, now I will try and just give myself 10 minutes to just not think about the thoughts, pop the ego away and just breathe. And that's what I do. I just try to concentrate on my breathing, going in and out, filling my body with oxygen and positivity, and just letting go of these negative thoughts and just letting them pass by. And it's really interesting because obviously with meditation, we are all busy thinkers, but it's absolutely fine. That is normal when you're meditating. If your thoughts are going off there and everywhere, don't worry, that's fine. Accept that, but then just let them pass on by as you bring your attention back to your breathing again. So yeah, apps may really help with that. There's loads of things on YouTube. Just type something in and yeah, I'm sure it'll help you. Or just sit down on a chair, whatever, lie down and just put your hand on your belly, one hand on your heart, and just breathe. Close your eyes and breathe. And just, yeah, with the thought things, just acknowledge that they might come to you and just let them pass on by as you bring your attention back to your breath. think that's everything. I think I've said 5 there. Meditate, the Super Soul podcast, or any kind of podcast that help you bring yourself out. Journal, move, dance, whatever, or going out in the outside world. And then put technology away. And the other thing I would just say is just go with the flow. It's totally normal that we wake up feeling different from day to day. Some days we may have more energy, some days we might have a total lack of energy and feel really lethargic. That is okay, it's totally normal. Just accept whatever kind of mood you're in, just accept it. And then if it is a negative kind of feeling, then you can use some of these tools to try and help yourself come out of it, and just to give yourself the space to grow, nurture yourself, and feed yourself on the things that make you feel more positive. So yes, they're exactly the things that I do. And when I say dance, I could put on R&B music, African drum music, crazy cheesy pop music, and just go wild. If you're stuck for ideas, I tell you what, put Survivor on, Destiny's Child. You will just listen to those words and just give it welly while you're dancing. It feels good. But yeah, I hope all those little points have helped. This is video 1 of more to come. So yes, don't forget to give me your ideas of what you'd like me to do the videos on. The next ones will be a lot shorter. I'm not even sure how long this is, but yeah, the other ones I intend to be around the 5-minute mark. Thank you so much for watching, and if you do like these videos, don't forget to give it a little thumbs up and do hit the subscribe button. And yes, I'd love you to stick around and give me your feedback. What are you struggling with at the moment? What brings you happiness? What makes you feel the joy to live life to the fullest? I want to know. We should share all these ideas for everybody to know, because I think it's just so important that we only have this life once and we live it to the fullest in the happiest way we can. Take care, bye.